Got it.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Miss Silly with Miss Silly Lessons Learned. And tonight I have one of my amazing students, Lucio Sanchez. I've known him for over, 12 years. Lucio, before we get started, in our conversation with what you do with, with work and everything else and what degree you have or training or certification, can you briefly tell everyone how do you know me? Like in what capacity?
Of course. So as Ms. Silivang Zai already said, my name is Lucio Sanchez. I met Silivang Zai at Copa High School. She was my um, AP US World History, AP US History class teacher. And then my senior year, she adopted my class of AVID, and then she became my AVID teacher for my senior year of high school. And then that's where the bond really formed. So, and then here we are today.
Yes, and then I just want to say real quick to everyone, Lucio. One of the memories I have of Lucio is that he was always happy and joking around, and he sometimes he would drive me crazy, right, Lucio? But
Yeah,
like
I remember
Lucio,
those days.
yeah, I'd be like, Lucio, get serious, Lucio, focus, Lucio, you're thinking about the future, right? I was always nagging you, but I love like your personality because you never got mad at me every time I'd be nagging on you or tell you to get serious. Like you always had a smile on your face. And it didn't matter what happened. I don't like to this day, Lucio, I don't even remember at all. Like not even one time where you were mad, like at anybody. Like I was trying to like, I was looking at the pictures. I was like, when was Lucio mad? And I go, you know what? Most of the time I have known you, you always had a smile on your face. You're always joking around. And you know what? You get along with people, and the girls like to, I don't know, you were like the girls' confidant or something, and they will talk to you, So I hope that you haven't, changed, much from the way you were as a teenager. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lucio, tell us about your education journey. Like, what happened to you after high school? What did you decide to do? Was it hard to decide?
So right after high school, I still wasn't even sure what I wanted to do. Um, I don't know if you remember, but I was debating about which university to go to, whether Arizona State University, University of Arizona, or Northern Arizona University, since all three, universities had accepted me and were, giving me a little bit of money to an aid here and there. So I was between that conflict between those three schools because I loved all three of them. They all had their, unique things that I liked about them. One stood out more than the other just because it was fresher environment, Northern Arizona University. But my ultimate decision wasn't even one of those three. I ended up going to Arizona Western College, the community
Wow.
college here in Yuma. And the reason for that is because while I was a part of high school, I was also a part of the Upward Bound program.
Yes.
And then through there, Terry Show was able to give me an opportunity to apply for a STEM scholarship at AWC to be a part of the cohort for science. So I was like, of course I'm going to apply to this scholarship real quick. So I applied to it. I took the time, the 2 hours to fill out the application along with the paper and everything. Submitted it. They called me up the next day. I was already on campus at AWC for a summer camp. Um, and then they were like, yeah, can you come in tomorrow for the interview? And I was like, of course, I'll be there tomorrow. They gave me the interview, asked me the hard questions. I answered them. They gave me a little tour about, the science building, what they were going to be doing, expectations here and there. And then by the conclusion of the tour, I was told that I was accepted to the STEM scholarship cohort. So I was like, woo, super excited. So that was my ultimate decision to stay here at AWC. And honestly, it was one of the best decisions because from there I was able to really open my eyes about what I wanted to do. So I don't know if you remember all the papers and questions that you had me fill out in AVID. I always wanted to be a pediatric oncologist, right? I always wanted to
Yes.
be a doctor or something in the medical field.
Yes.
Um, so that's why I decided to do this STEM cohort because I was okay, perfect. It's 2 years. I get money from them that will be extra that I was able to save up to pay for school later on. And then so I did that. But thanks to that cohort, really they had us take, overloaded classes, 20 plus credits a semester. It was intense.
That's
But
insane.
a lot of those classes were like extra elective classes, like 1 or 2 credits. And then a couple of those classes were like a rock climbing class. So I was able to experience, like geology, and kind of get a little better understanding of that. I was able to go on a couple of hikes to Havasu High over here in the south rim of the Grand Canyon. I was able to do that a couple of years. That was all thanks to classes. I was able to go to Brown Canyon over here, south of Tucson, to do some insect collecting and learn about insects and birds, and just really understand a lot more about nature. And then thanks to those classes, I kind of strayed away from the medical field, and I leaned a little bit more towards entomology and like the science and stuff like that. So, by the time I finished my associate's degree here at AWC, I kind of had an idea already of where I wanted to go. I like the insects a lot. So I just stayed with biology. So once I got my associate's at AWC, I transferred to NAU Yuma, the NAU Yuma branch campus. I did that for a year. And then I didn't really like the fact that on the branch campuses, although it's great, because it's local, it's here in my hometown, I didn't have to go far. It wasn't as expensive. The options of classes were very limited. And I really wanted different classes to kind of gear myself more towards what I wanted to do, but I couldn't do that here in the time that I was at NAU Yuma. So I decided to transfer up to the main campus up in Flagstaff for the second year of my bachelor's degree. So I transferred up there. And I totally missed two very important things. I apologize. I was trying to think of them in chronological order, and they just
it's okay.
In the summer of 2012, which is just after my first year of college, of community college, I was able to do an REU. I don't know. Do you know what that stands for, Ms. Silly?
No.
So it stands for Research Experience for Undergraduates.
Wow, I never heard of it, Lucio.
Yeah, so this is a summer internship that they do at NAU and Northern Arizona University. So same thing. I applied to it. I saw the opportunity. I filled out the application. Took a little bit of time to do it. They called me up, interview, everything over the phone, and I was able to land this paid internship up in NAU Flagstaff. So I was there for the whole month of June. I get there, and I had already decided, what my project was going to be. They had given me a list of, you have these options you can do. You can go into, like a kind of like a biomedical class and like work on biofilms. And I was like, ooh, that sounds fun. I get to work with bacteria and stuff. But I was like, I don't really know much about that yet. So it seems like a little too much for me. Yeah. And then they kept giving me my options. And then one of the last ones they told me, I got to work, or I was given the option of working in an insect museum.
Wow.
So then I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do that one because that sounds like it's fun. Because I had already done, the class in the Ground Canyon, so I already had, some sort of exposure to that, and I want to learn a little bit more. So I get there, and the whole month is just, me working on insects, doing this and that. I got to go to Canyonlands National Park in Utah to do my specimen collecting. So I went to do that, came back, and really that's when I fell in love with it, when I was actually exposed to it, and in the middle of it, out in the field, collecting, doing this and that. So that was really when I cemented my decision of, I really want to do something, insect-based as I progress in my schooling. So when I moved up to NAU Flag for the main campus to continue with school, I was able to land a position as like a little intern still in the same museum that I had done my REU for. Wow. So I was able to work there part-time for about 2 months. And then another gentleman, Aaron Smith, took over the lab. So I was able to transfer in over to him. And then I was able to work under him for a year and a half. And then really that was when I was just like, fell in love with it. Everything was just amazing. I was able to get an actual published paper out of it as a co-author
Wow.
for a description of a genus Wadius. So it's really fun. I loved it. So when I finished my bachelor's degree back in 2016, that's when I started teaching. But I'll go ahead and save that for later. So,
Wow.
yeah, so
No
that's my
way.
education. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I missed here and there, right? But that's pretty much the main like points that led me to where I am right now.
You know what, Lucio, I'm like so impressed with you because you actually like took up every opportunity that came your way. Because a lot of people they would be like, that's too much work, or I don't want to write that paper, or I don't want to do that. So I'm really proud of you for actually saying, yeah, let me try it out. And isn't that interesting how I got goosebumps thinking about this? All those extra classes that you took, it led you to your love, to your passion, actually,
Exactly. So,
right?
mhm.
It's so
But there's a
crazy.
reason why I was saying, I took the time to do the applications and stuff. That's because
Yes,
I'm a teacher and I see what
yes.
students struggle with and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, and my sister Connie actually was an Outward Bound, and my brother. And then
Um,
when it was my turn, they ran out of funding, and I was all like,
um,
man, yeah, I know Outward Bound is like such an amazing program. I see it in my siblings, so I think that's
mhm.
amazing that you were able to be part of that program. All right, Lucio, what did you graduate with? What degree? A bachelor in what?
Okay. I totally forgot to mention that, and then I apologize.
No, no, you're
So
doing good.
my
Uh-huh.
associate's degree, I actually dual majored. I did it in biology and environmental science. So I was able to do a dual major. Super simple. I had to take like 2 extra classes, and I was like, let's do it. So I took the extra 2 classes, and I got a dual major out of it.
Wow.
So then my bachelor's degree is just in general biology. So I have a BS in biology.
Yes.
Um,
BS degree.
I have a BS degree, so I
Hey, I
love
do
that.
too, Lucio. I have a BS in history and English.
Yeah.
No wonder we get along, Lucio.
No wonder. Yeah.
Wow, I think that's smart of you, Lucio, because some people they don't think about that. If you only need just a couple more classes, like might as well, so you get like so you can double major. You know.
Mhm.
Okay, now how did it? Okay, now what are you doing right now? Like that degree, uh, did you actually use the degree in some way, somehow to your job right now?
Oh, I used it right away. So
Wow.
once I got my my bachelor's degree, I really wanted to continue on to my master's, right? And I was like, oh, I really want to continue it, and we specialize more with entomology. But I was like, I want to save up because I didn't really want to take out loans. I had already taken out a few, and I
Yeah.
kind of regretted it right when I did it, but I needed to do it at the time, so it was necessary. Um, so I didn't really want to take out more loans. I didn't want to get into too much debt. So I've heard about an opportunity to teach.
Oh, can you say that again, Lucio? To teach what?
Sorry, I apologize. I was getting a phone call.
Yeah.
um, where was I?
He said you heard it of about
Huh.
opportunity to teach. Mhm. Oh wait, and yeah. Go ahead,
Sorry, like
Lucio.
yeah, so I heard about an opportunity to teach high school science classes, and all you needed was a bachelor degree in science. So I was like,
Wow.
oh, I got one of those. I was like, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Same thing. I applied. I sent in the paperwork they needed. I, paid for the fingerprint clearance, this and that, blah blah blah. And then, sure enough, got accepted. Got a, and I've been teaching for the past 5 years.
Lucio, you are a high school teacher now?
Yeah.
That is insane. Oh
Oh,
my God.
it's gonna get wild if you haven't. I thought, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Buckley had already told you.
No, 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 he hasn't told me. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yeah,
So
but
where
yeah.
are you teaching at right now?
So right now I am teaching Introduction to Animal Kingdom and AVID at
Woo!
at San Luis High School
Hey,
over here in San Luis, Arizona.
hey, has karma bit you back yet? Because remember when I make you guys like, I'll be like, Guys, we gotta do the Cornell notes. We gotta do Socratic seminar. We gotta do a philosophical chair. We have to do community service. Remember that? You guys were like, oh, again? Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I feel your pain now.
oh my God, Lucio. No way. This is like, oh my God, Lucio. Like, this is like, I feel like I have won the Academy Award. Like, I really felt like it because like I'm getting emotional just thinking about it because the fact that, you know, I mean, like all those time I was like, just, nagging at you and everything else, right? It's like everything
Mhm.
happens for a reason. And look, it's kind of like full circle, right? You are a teacher, you are teaching AVID and science, and you're still in the science field,
Oh yeah.
and I never thought like, I never thought you'd be into like insects.
Neither did I. Neither did I. But unexpected things, happen all the time.
Yes, I know, Lucio. I know our time is like close to being up. So, since I do have also, I am teaching AVID. What do you want to say to these AVID kids that will watch this? What advice do you have for them?
Well, kind of what Silly mentioned already earlier, make sure you take advantage of as many opportunities as you can, because really you never know when one of those is going to, be a win. And really, when you're failing, there really is no such thing as failing because you gave it a shot. Okay. I know I was afraid of failing a lot of times, and I didn't take every single opportunity that was given to me. But when I did take the opportunities that were given to me, they ended up being well worth it. So keep doing what you're doing, and then, yeah, just make sure you take as many opportunities and chances as you can. It's always Failure is the most important lesson you can ever learn, um, but learn from it. Okay, don't accept it. Just learn from it.
Yes, I think that's a perfect, way to end it, Lucio, because even despite all the mistakes you may have made, look at you, you still rise, you still, doing what you want to do with your life. So I'm really proud of you, for powering through with everything that you've been through. And look, an AVID teacher and a science teacher, come on now. Okay, so
Hold up, Lee, before you leave though. Before the
yeah.
big events, I am the AVID Site Coordinator for my school
Oh
as well.
wait.
Yes.
No, Lucio.
Yeah. So
No way.
this is gonna be my first full year starting.
Yes.
I started last school year in October, so I was interim. But now this coming school year, I'll be
Oh
the
my
big
God. Where at, Lucio?
at San Luis High School.
Oh my God, Lucio. Oh my God, Lucio. I am so proud of you. This is insane. Like you are me, except the science part, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so
Hmm.
cool. Don't forget Avid Day, okay?
Oh
Just,
no.
do those things, right? Everything that we do, I mean, like you are the product of Avid and
Yeah.
you are such a good role model, Lucio. I hope that, all my Avid students will see and listen to this story and see how much, how far they can go, with persistence, right? Advancement via individual determination, like we said, right? You are where you are right now today, Lucio, because you didn't give up. So
No.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lucio, for being here. Everyone, please take a moment to like, share, or subscribe to our channel so we can hear more stories, more of this important, stories of our students. And thank you for being here. And we'll see you again.